President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to address the nation. The president will address specifically the Kikuyu Nation through Kameme FM, Inooro FM, Shoro FM, and other Kikuyu vernacular radio stations. And it will not be the first time the president will be addressing the Kikuyu Nation through the Kikuyu vernacular radio stations and TV stations. In 2017, President Uhuru Kenyatta addressed the Kikuyu Nation via Kameme FM. And during that time, the president's message to the Kikuyu Nation was very simple. Turn out in large numbers and register as voters so that you can protect the leadership within the Kikuyu Nation. And indeed, the people of the larger Mount Kenya region heeded to the president's call. They turned out in large numbers and registered. The idea behind that move by the president then was informed by intelligence report that Raila Odinga was actually catching up. And for them to succeed, they needed to convince their people to turn out so that they could use that turnout to advance the tyranny of numbers. And after that time, you can remember Mutai Nguni stating clearly that Raila Odinga lost the elections by that time because his side did not turn out to register. So that was one instance when the president addressed the Kikuyu Nation. Again, in April last year, President Uhuru Kenyatta addressed the entire country. And then the next day, he went to various radio stations and addressed the Kikuyu Nation over the COVID. So it's not going to be the first time the president will be addressing the Kikuyu Nation. And I know most people have been asking that President Uhuru Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya and therefore should not address the Kikuyu Nation using their vernacular. One thing they're forgetting is that President Uhuru Kenyatta became the president of the Republic of Kenya courtesy of the Kikuyus. And one man, John Michuki, was the only person who believed in President Uhuru Kenyatta even before many people thought that the president could actually become a president in future. You remember it's John Michuki who first endorsed President Uhuru Kenyatta for the presidency. Then after that, John Michuki then addressed the media and told anybody who wanted to speak or talk to the Kikuyus to talk to them through Uhuru Kenyatta. Basically, John Michuki made Uhuru Kenyatta the Kikuyus spokesperson. So up to now, I'm not aware of any other person who has been appointed to replace President Uhuru Kenyatta as the Kikuyus spokesperson. So the president will be addressing the Kikuyus in his capacity as the spokesperson of the Kikuyu community, as per John Michuki.
Hiya hakuna brotherhood na nini.
Nikasema Uhuru wa Kenyatta ndiye atakuwa kiongozi wa Kikuyu kulingana na maoni yangu.
Thank you.
Na mtu yeyote ambaye anapenda wa Kikuyu afuate Uhuru.
Thank you.
Mtu yeyote ambaye anataka kuzungumza na wa Kikuyu azungumuze na Uhuru. Uhuru atatuambia. Serikali yoyote ambayo itakuja, wa Kikuyu lazima wawe katikati yake.
But what are some of the issues do you think the president is likely to address in his address to the Kikuyu Nation? I know time is short. Maybe we will watch this video after President Uhuru Kenyatta's address. But I want us to look at some of the things or issues which the president is likely to talk about during that interview. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let us get back to the main issue. The president will be addressing the Kikuyu Nation tomorrow. And we know already in this country, the politics is already high voltage. The Deputy President William Samoei Ruto is already on the move. Raila Odinga is already setting elaborate campaign strategy for 2022. Yesterday, Raila Odinga was in Embakasi. Musalia Mudavadi is setting the ball rolling. And the other day, we saw Musalia Mudavadi using the dirty trick of opinion polls to sway the thinking of Kenyans towards his presidential bid. So when Uhuru Kenyatta, or when the news emerged that President Uhuru Kenyatta was going to address the Kikuyu Nation, I know the entire nation, the entire country, including the non-Kikuyus, will be glued to their TVs to listen to the president's speech. But in my view, I think the president will be trying to address 4 or 5 issues. The first thing the president is going to do, in my considered opinion, is that the president is going to use the address to the Kikuyu Nation to appeal to the emotions of the Kikuyu Nations. In fact, in one of my videos last week, I was very clear that President Uhuru Kenyatta must take the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns to Central Kenya personally. So the president is going to go to the radio station and appeal to the emotions of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region. These people voted for President Uhuru Kenyatta 3 times. In 2013, in 2017, they voted for him twice. So you can't convince me that these people hate President Uhuru Kenyatta. No, I can't buy that. The only thing I can buy is that probably President Uhuru Kenyatta committed a sin, which they don't like. But the president has refused to either explain to them, or they've refused to listen to the president. So the president will be taking tomorrow to explain to these guys several other things which are causing some of this misunderstanding. But he's going to appeal to their emotions. I'm sure the president is likely to explain to them how people he helped, like Girathi Gachagua, turned against him. How people like Moses Kuria, people he plucked from nowhere, are currently being used to attack him. He's going to explain to them how Mike Sonko is abusing him, despite the fact that this Mike Sonko was elected as the governor of Nairobi because of the Kikuyu votes. So I'm expecting a president who is going to be passionate, bold, and very decisive. But again, the president will be, his tone will be to try to appeal to the emotions of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region. So that's number one. Number 2, the economy of the region. It's not going to be the first time the president is addressing the Kikuyu Nation. And in fact, it's not the first time the president is going to try to attempt to address their issues, especially the economy. Sometimes last year, Sagana State Lodge, the president met with the leadership from the larger Mount Kenya region. And they agreed on several issues on what they wanted to do, A, B, C, D. I am sure tomorrow, the president will be having a checklist of what they agreed on and how they've achieved them. And if there's any area they've not achieved, then probably the president will give a way forward. But because of the economy of the larger Mount Kenya region, the region has been opposing the president. So let us wait and see what the president is likely to tell the people of the larger Mount Kenya region as far as the economy is concerned, as far as their coffee is concerned, as far as their pyrethrum is concerned, as far as their milk is concerned. The third thing they're likely to discuss is the Building Bridges Initiative process. President Uhuru Kenyatta is the owner of the Building Bridges Initiative process. Yesterday, Raila Odinga was in Embakasi. The reception was massive. While that's happening, Irungu Kangata, who is the majority whip at the Senate, is writing a letter to the president telling him that in his own backyard, BBI is going to fail. So probably, I'm sure the president is going to go there, and his team, especially the intelligence, will be putting their ear on the ground and try to listen to what the ground is saying. So if the ground is going to be hostile to President Uhuru Kenyatta, especially on the Building Bridges Initiative process, then this team will be able to report to him. If they're going to be positive, then again, they're going to report to him. And I'm sure the president is going to use the occasion to try to highlight how the people of the larger Mount Kenya region are going to benefit from the Building Bridges Initiative process. Remember, if the BBI is going to pass, Central Kenya region is going to have more members of parliament than any other region. They're going to be the biggest beneficiary. When it comes to resource allocation, which is based on numbers, they're going to be the biggest beneficiary. So Uhuru Kenyatta, in my considered opinion, is going to explain all this to his people. Number 4, I am sure President Uhuru Kenyatta is going for the first time to explain why he entered into BBI with Raila Amolo Odinga, into handshake with the Raila Amolo Odinga in March 2018. He has never done that before. He's been explaining it in English. But for the first time, the president is going to explain this in the simplest language of the Kikuyu community so that his people can understand. It is alleged that the president is unpopular because of the handshake. And just like I said, Raila Odinga cannot go to the larger Mount Kenya region to sell himself. That can only be done by the president. I am certain that President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to explain everything about this handshake. And lastly, it's about the rotational presidency. The president talked about this rotational presidency. The president, during the Nakuru, sometimes in Nakuru when he went there, he told the Council of Elders from that region that the interest of the Kikuyu Nation will be covered in the Building Bridges Initiative process. So I think the president will use the occasion to explain to the people that our interest as a community is going to be taken care of through the Building Bridges Initiative process. But the man who can take care of that is actually Raila Amolo Odinga, not this other guy you guys are supporting. But let us wait and see. What do you think are some of the issues which President Uhuru Kenyatta is likely to sell or to tell the people of the larger Mount Kenya region during his state of address to the Kikuyus? Let me get your opinions on that. And if you're watching this video for the first time, please take a second or two, click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.